What are some of the things that you've heard about yourself that maybe you feel like isn't fair?
As it pertains to promotion or wrestling or just anything?
Just anything wrestling related. I don't need to know about your personal life. Anything wrestling related.
I don't hear too much, thankfully. I think some people could probably say, "Oh, if he's too nice for this business," and I've heard that before, and I get it. Again,
If you didn't have an answer, that's what I was going to say. Is I think that's the one criticism I've heard about you, and I've said it to you.
We've had this conversation.
That sometimes you're too nice.
Yeah, and you sit down and you think about it, and should I toughen up a little bit on some guys? And sometimes I do. I guess I don't fight every battle that I think a lot of people think needs fighting. I'll die on the hill that I actually really believe in, and my wife would probably disagree. I can be mean, but I'm losing my train of thought. But I guess for me, I could be tougher on some guys, and I probably should be. And there's the caveat is when you're too nice, people want to walk on you, try to take advantage of you. Thinking about it, it's like I'll eat that negative though. Even though I need to work on it, I'll eat that negative so I don't change who I am. I like who I am, and I don't want to be a meaner person because the business kind of expects me to be. I have stuff I need to work on. I think we all have personality traits we need to work on. But try to keep it positive, but I got work to do too.
Okay, so here we are tonight. We're in Lamont Furnace.
Yes.
You run here once a month, correct?
Yes.
Are there other areas you're thinking about running?
Yeah, we want to expand. Now, we've been doing it roughly 18, 19 months now.
What's holding you back?
Customers, money. Honestly, a lot of stuff. We're baby stepping. Our 5-year plan is to get this out, to be running shows at least twice a month at least. We want to be working. We're not going to grow if we're not running. I don't want to be the same old independent fed that runs once a month. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't want to be that. I want to keep pushing it forward. I just don't want to do it too fast either and break the bank before I get there. But yeah, we plan on doing. We have a lot of school shows coming up. We're going to do Washington, PA pretty soon and things like that. We're going to be back in Brownsville and things like that. And those shows are great. We like to do benefit shows. We like to hit the Butler area, and I know there's a lot of drama going on right now, so I don't know if we should. But we want to get out. We're going to slowly take the circle and make it bigger.
I wish you would run Butler. They deserve wrestling. That's a good town for wrestling.
I've always wanted to work here because back when IWC worked there, I was working for them, and they drew well. It was a great area. People loved it.
I went there for years with the Polinskis at FNW. And,
oh, yeah, exactly.
Oh, it was a magnificent town. So if you can bring them a good product, they have a great fan base there.
That's awesome, yeah.
You asked me before we started about word association.
Yeah,
we're going to do word association.
Awesome.
Let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
First off, IWC, or specifically either or, IWC or Justin Plummer.
IWC, arguably, and I actually agree with it, is probably the premier fed right now in the area. They're doing a great job. They draw well. They run consistently. I think they're doing a good mix of bringing some name talent and keeping the local guys there with them. Plummer, I've talked with a few times. It's always been very professional. I don't sense any negative feelings between us, and which is great. I think we could all work together as much as we possibly can. And his wife and my wife went to lunch not too long ago. So that was nice, because they're very similar people. But I like IWC. I think they're doing a good job. I wish them the best.
Fight Society.
PWX/Fight Society. Man, longevity. 24 years they've been around. They're the longest.
You would know better than me.
Yeah, I shouldn't be questioned. I think 24, and I think I was with them like 20 of them. But longevity. It's not just the amount of times, the amount of shows. Those guys ran a lot more than everyone else. They'd run 2 times, 3 times a month, especially when they first started. They always were somewhere, I think it's a good product. I actually think Quinn rebranding the product was a good idea. The building is what it is. It's not the nicest place in the world. So he ran with it, and he created this underground fight feel, which I think I would dig it. I haven't got to see one yet, but I think I'd probably dig it. They get some parking and stuff. I think they got something going there, I always have a special place for them, obviously. 20 years there. Yeah.
Greg served, the head of the athletic commission in the state of Pennsylvania.
My wife, I make her deal with him. The first time I got my license, I hated that guy. I mean, he was rough. I'd send my tax stuff in. He'd be like, "I'm never getting it," and it was always a headache. And to the point where I had to start sending certified mailers, crap like that. He was rough to deal with. So I think now he's more lax. We haven't had a problem with him. Knock on wood. We love you, sir.
That's his word, not mine.
He sent the state here, but that's normal. They got to check to see we're doing the right thing, which we are. Doctors and everything. I don't have much to say. Christy would have to interview her, and she'll tell you. She does most of the dealings.
KSWA.
I don't get to see them much, but everything I hear from them about them, fun place. I do see they draw really well. I don't know why. I don't know if it's in their city or if it's. I know they have alcohol and it might help out. Whatever they're doing, I know the boys at least love it there. Like I said, I haven't got to see a show, so I can't give you a real good opinion on it. But yeah, fun place is a great place for me.
I was going to ask you about Quinn Magnum. You spoke a good bit about him already, so let's move to the other side of that coin. Jim Miller.
Jim's been around 24 years and running and making it happen. And the thing with Jim is, I don't know if he loves wrestling. I think he does, but he loves business, and he's kept that business going for a long time. And there's a certain amount of respect you have to give someone that's dedicated their life basically to their product. And I think he's done a good job keeping it on the rails.
RWA.
Oh, RWA. I like RWA. I actually worked for them. A lot of people don't know that. I've worked for them for about a year, I think. Derek was great. He was always respectful to me. He always gave me really good matches down at RWA. I actually really enjoyed working down there. They draw well. I know they're drawing better now from what I see on their things.
When I was there 2 weeks ago, it was, absolutely packed.
Yeah, it looks packed. He's doing a good job. Derek's one of those guys. He's doing the one thing that I really admire is he gets out there and he knows his fans, man. He gets out there and shakes hands and learns about them. Not just, hey, how you doing? All right, see you next show. Like, he knows their personal lives,
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard people say that's negative stuff about it. Oh, up there playing their own. He's doing business, man. He's out there making sure they come back, making sure they're having a good time, probably getting concerns from them about his product that maybe he can work on. I have a lot of respect for Derek and them out there. I'd still been working there. There was at a point, I think when I got married, that I backed off wrestling a lot, so I just picked PWX. That was my home. But it wasn't because of anything RWA. I like what they're doing.
I swear I wrote these questions up Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
So the next one is not it's just a coincidence.
Okay.
Joe Rogers.
I don't know Joe at all. I've never met the man. Rumor innuendo says that maybe not the best businessman you could have. I know he's got some drama going up down there in Butler this week, and I don't know what's true, whatever. It's none of my business. I will say that if he's not doing the business integrity, then I dislike that a lot. I think it hurts all of us that are trying to grow a wrestling product. And not just Joe particularly, but there's a lot of small, bad wrestling that burns towns and takes off and doesn't pay guys. And it gives us all a bad rap,
Last one on my word association. Rise fans.
I love every one of them. I really do. Like, these guys, they're investing in the product that we're creating. Like, how could you not love that, I'm starting to, just like Derek, I like to get out there and meet with them. And I'm actually, you become friends with a lot of these fans, and you know about their personal lives, and you actually talk to them not about wrestling, about other stuff. It's one of my favorite things. And then even as a wrestler, like, I've always loved the fans, And I'm just saying, I promise I'm just saying that to sound cool on camera. Like, you have to love your fans, or why are you out there performing in front of them, right? I love the Rise fans. I hope they keep coming back.
Where we're at today is at one time it was a movie theater.
Yes.
What would you say are some of the advantages and disadvantages of running in a venue like you have here?
I think I love the lobby. I think it's a great look when people come in. We can do a lot of stuff here in this lobby to kind of present the show before they even walk into the movie theater. We put the big screen up. I don't know if you've seen it yet. I love that. It gives it a certain look that's just a little bit different from your typical wrestling, armory or gymnasium or something. The disadvantage is the way it's laid out. It's obviously everything's at the bottom, and I don't like that. I like the ring surrounded, but logistically we just can't do it here.
Okay, so you train guys and girls right here in this venue. I have two questions. What would you tell somebody after the show? They enjoyed the show. This is their first time here. Mm-hmm. They find out that you train people here. They come up, they talk to you, they say, what do I need to do? What's should I do it? How do I get into it? What advice would you give to somebody that wants to be a wrestler?
That's a good question. Every time someone approaches me, I don't try to sell them on it, because I ask them all the same exact question: do you love wrestling? Because if they're like, oh, it's cool, or oh, it's business going to eat you up, it's a big investment of your time, it's a big investment of your body. Make sure you love it, and then when you come to that determination that you do love it, it's something you want to try out, if it's your dream, and then we talk about how to get them into the school and start getting them there. But that's the biggest question. If your guys, subscribers, or anybody's thinking about that, do you love it? I mean, you have to love it, because it's tough. I think it's worth it. I'm sure you would say the same thing.
Of course, yes.
But just make sure, because I've had a lot of students who realized they didn't love it as much when the bumps came and stuff. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And that's where you really kind of find out.
There's a few schools around.
Yeah.
Why would you say someone should choose your school over any other school, and say even Western Pennsylvania or even Ohio, West Virginia? Why would you say that yours is the best option?
I think my ring experience is something. It's better than a lot of places. I've been an active wrestler for 20 years. Probably this year is the one I haven't been as active, but constant wrestling, constant learning. I've been tutored by a lot of great people in my career, like, from the lowest guy on the card to the names. I've really picked a lot of brains, and I've been to a lot of places where, I've learned how to play with the TV, play with how it goes in the back, and learn how to play craft. I mean, there's so much in wrestling, that. And I felt like I've really been a student of the craft my whole life, and now it's time for me to impart that knowledge on someone else. Plus, we have a place that's open. We have a place that it's not going anywhere. Our ring is here. We have training on specific days, but there's always open days. We try to have seminars. We have one going on right now to further the knowledge of the craft. And I feel like this is me gonna brag a little bit. I feel like I take a lot of time with my students. I give everyone a chance, and I give everyone my undivided attention when they need it. Even someone that's very far behind the class, I will work with them. I'll bring them up on separate days to try to help them get better. I feel like I put a lot of energy into my students because they're a reflection on my school too and me. And plus, I just want them to do well.
What would you say is next for you and Rise Wrestling?
We want to expand, just like we were just talking about. We want to. We're in this little bubble. We want to make the bubble slightly bigger, slightly bigger, slightly bigger. So that's our main goal right now. As a promoter, I'm still learning how to make that bubble bigger. So what's next for me is learning the business side more. The wrestling side's very in its twilight. I'm in the heat. There's a shine left, but we're not there yet. So right now I am focused on Rise and the promoting part.
So this has been great. We've covered a lot.
Yeah.
We haven't covered everything, but we've covered a lot. Is there anything you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
No, I just really appreciate you having me. I get real nervous for these things, so just
you did great, man.
Yeah, just
you
sitting here
great.
talking to my buddy here, and I'm glad we got to know each other the last few years because I've always heard of you before we actually started. You've come down and helped train with me down at PWX, and it's been a pleasure, man. It's been an honor.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate it. This has been great for me. I just want to close real quick. Guys, girls, please stop having shitty matches. You're ruining my life.